Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? This is Mornings with McDaniel, and we're going to be having a really fun conversation. I was talking about, oh, I wasn't talking about, actually, hold on, I got to get rid of this really quickly. There we go, and we're out of there. Um, I was on a morning workout this morning, and I was listening to some stuff, and I heard this quote, and I'm not sure if you guys have heard it. I never heard it until I heard it, and it really stuck with me. And it goes like this: I curse having no shoes until I met the man who has no feet, or who had no feet. You know, why was that important? In all honesty, I think in our lives, in our businesses and everything else, our personal lives, business lives, neighbors, people we see at different events or whatever else. You know what? We're always like, oh, I don't have the newest BMW, newest Mercedes. I don't, oh, that G Wagon from Mercedes. I need that. Oh, I've always wanted a Lambo or that Ferrari. Or, did you hear that Phil and Stacy just got a helicopter? Or, Mike just got a pilot's license? Or do you know that the Rocksteins? I don't know why I put a Steen on that, but I did. Why did they just got a 10,000 square foot house in Tahoe? You're looking at it totally freaking wrong, right? So, and when you go into this and you're sitting there and you're like, I'm cursing, the fact that I have no shoes till I met the man who has no feet. Well, here's the thing, guys. You all have shoes. What are shoes a metaphor for? Double fours. Is purely this: is the fact that your life is so stinking full of good blessings right now, but yet you choose to see the negative. We all do it. You don't have the perfect car, or you have a zit on your nose, or your hair went flat, or you don't feel that you have a nice enough outfit for said event, or you don't fill in the blank. I don't have the newest iPhone or Android, or I need a new computer because this one doesn't work when it actually works just perfectly fine. You just want something newer. We all have exactly what we need in life, but yet we always want more. Now, is there something wrong with that? No. Absolutely not. I totally think you should want more in life. Grow, become better. We need you to become better. We need you to be the best version of yourself. I need you to do this. And so when you're thinking about it and you're like, okay, let's go over this again. I cursed having no shoes. So I don't have new shoes. Not having Oh, well, of course, having no shoes. So you're barefoot. Actually, it's a lot of good health benefits being barefoot. A lot of life lessons I can tell you on a. I was doing a Spartan race. Total side subject, by the way. And I was running. It was a 7 mile run. It was in Hawaii. It was on this rocky path, and I was with another individual. We were running this thing. All of a sudden, this guy out of freaking nowhere comes trotting along right beside us, and he was barefoot, and we were about 5 miles into this run. We were about 5 miles into this run. He came back barefoot, and I was like, we both looked at each other. We're like, that dude's nuts. But why I bring the story in. It wasn't nuts to him. He was totally happy. He was comfortable. He actually went out to do this Spartan race barefoot. I think he's banana sauce, but that's what he did. So why do we curse that we have no shoes? Why don't we make more out of what we already have? So you're barefoot, you got sandals, you're something, you got feet. That means you have the ability to change. And everybody in this world can look at somebody else and say, man, I got it worse than him. One of my favorite images, I hope I get this one right, but it was the guy in a wheelchair that looked at a guy at crutches and goes, "Man, I wish I could stand up." The guy on crutches was looking at a guy that was walking. A guy that was walking saw a guy that was running, like really fast kind of a running. The guy that was running saw a car, like a normal car, like a normal sedan car. The guy driving the sedan car looks over and sees a guy in a Ferrari. And then the guy in the Ferrari sees a guy in a helicopter. The guy in the helicopter saw a shuttle launch. See how the progression goes? Everybody was unhappy with where they stood, no matter where they were standing. And oh, that's right, the very last part. Then the people in the shuttle were looking back at Earth, going, "Man, I wish I was back on Earth." See how that works? You always, well, most of us we never are happy and content with what we have. We want more resources, but our resourcefulness has gone through the floor. Think about all the opportunities you have literally at your fingertips. The phone that you carry right here, doesn't matter brand or model. It has more smarts in it than the space shuttle that went up in 1969. Think about that. You carry a supercomputer with a photo lab with a videographer built into it that can do voice dictation. You can get on the internet. You can go to all your social media sites. You can do any amount of work off of that device and be more mobile than your grandfather could ever have dreamed of been, or grandmother. But yet we're still cursing the fact that we have no shoes. I don't have the newest iPad. I don't have the newest mini Mac or whatever that little computer is called. The new Apple Watch, the new Google, headgear thing that you can look around and see shit. I don't have that. I don't have the new Bentley. Get over it. I would guarantee you, I'd put $1 million on the table. I could find someone in about less than 1 hour that would trade everything to have one day in your skin, to have your life, to have your relationships, to have your connections, to have your resources at your fingertips. The man who has no feet is probably happier than the man with no shoes because he knows where he is in life. Can't really go, I mean, in this analogy, you can't really get much lower than having no feet if we're talking about people with, cursing the fact they don't have shoes. What's that thing in life right now that you can literally, legitimately look back on and be like, you know what? I am making a big fuss about nothing. Or do I really need said thing? Reallocate assets in your life. Become more resourceful, not full of resources. Because I could have a direct line, which unfortunately I don't. But Mr. President, if you're listening, love a conversation because that would be freaking awesome to post. Here's the thing. This can do anything and everything you want, need, or desire to grow your business. Stay in touch with family and friends. Think about the folks who don't have an iPhone. There are quite a few people out there that don't have smartphones. They're, some by choice, some not by choice. But how interesting is it if you were to go ask them if they were happy in life, or if they weren't happy in life? What do you think their response is? I bet you anything they're going to be just fine. Have you ever seen those videos when there's a guy named Josh that does this a lot on Instagram or Facebook or something? Feeds homeless and stuff, and he goes out and talks to people, or the couple other guys who do social experiments and ask people for a couple bucks, and then obviously they clip it out and they show the one guy or one gal that really helps them out, and they find out that person's on their last leg, like financially, or they're giving their last $2 to help somebody, and then our hero or heroine who is pretending to be homeless then benefits them and blesses them. You see people, how they react when they get the money. But the most important part of this story that I'm relaying to you is the fact that when they were asked, why would you give me your last $2? There's a response almost every single time. And this is coming from some of the poorest people in our communities, in our society here in the US. They said, because you know what, man, I've been there, bro. I got this. I know how it feels, man. We all got to come together. We have to work as one. We have to help each other out. We have to inspire each other. We have to give when we have more to someone who has less. These are coming from people that live on the flipping street. The people you step over to your 3-star Michelin dinner. They're willing to give more because they understand the value of not needing everything and not always having to have the newest and the best. And they're willing to share. I can't emphasize enough to open your eyes and look around. Really see the people around you. Don't just look at them. See them. See them. I for a while, I haven't done it for a while. I don't know why I haven't done it. This is gonna inspire me to do it again. For a long time, I would always carry an extra $20 bill in my wallet, and I knew it was there because it was folded up in a different part of my wallet. And that was for whenever the good Lord upstairs, the big man upstairs, would whisper in my ear. And I never really understood why he would do this sometimes, but he did. And say, "Hey, help this person." And so I would go up and say, "Look," and I would literally go up to him and say, "Hey, man, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I have a strong reason that I should give you this 20 bucks." Now, did I get duped a couple of times? Probably. Who knows? One time, I couldn't shake it. And this is not a brag, by the way. I want to be very clear. I walked into Safeway in the city I was living in, and I saw this guy with his dog. And I'm a big sucker for dogs. Anything actually, animals. I'm just a big sucker. And he had this dog, and it was pretty freaking cold. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty cold, light rain, is gonna get heavier rain that day. I see him on the way in. And I'm happy. He came out of a nice, warm condo, had great food. My condo used to have insanely killer views, upgraded to the nines. It was awesome, right? Then I got in my nice new supercharged Jeep and putted my way down to Safeway to get myself a sneaky snack. Then I saw a guy that was sitting there. He would have given his right tooth if he still had it. He was toothless. Um, to spend a day in a hot shower in a warm area. And I came out and I didn't have 20 bucks. I looked at my wallet. I'm like, son of a biscuit. I had $100 bill. So I walked up to the man. I said, "Man, I honestly never do this, but I have a strongest need to give you this money, and I don't know why." The man looked me dead in the face and goes, "You have no idea what you've just done. And now I can go get her a warm blanket and some food." He was talking about his dog. He wasn't thinking about himself. And that's what shut me down. Because I thought to myself, holy selfish on my side, not his. What if I just walked past him? He was the man with no feet. When he saw the value of in me, and it wasn't even in me, it was in the gift, and the gift was for the dog. I strongly encourage all of us, stop cursing the fact that you don't have the newest thing. And I want you to go to I was walking with my dad today. If you really want to get a big eye opener, go to the children's burn unit in a hospital and spend some time with those kids. Go to a retirement community where folks are on their last legs. Go spend some time with them. They would give anything for one more day, one more hour, 10 minutes, one last conversation that you have the ability to have. They never will. Please keep that in mind, boys and girls. You have so much to give, and you have so much to share. Go be the amazing, incredible human that the Lord has blessed you to be. All right, guys, I'm coming back here in a few minutes. Like this and share this. Hi, so glad you're live. Lizzie, is it Lizzie? Lindsay, my dyslexic ass. Sorry about that. Lindsay, how are you? Sorry, I got totally wrapped up in this and totally didn't check my messages. I'm glad I came live today too. It was weighing heavy in my heart. Hopefully it works for you guys. Just know that you're absolutely amazing sauce. I love each and every one of you. Like, follow, subscribe, everything here. And I will see you guys on the next Mornings with McDaniel. Until then, boom, peace. Love you guys. Bye.